You're watching Wilkes-Barre's Choice for news, weather, and live local sports. Wyln, we're your local network.
Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is Wyln News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. Wyln News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on Wyln News. I'm Paula Degnan. A Tamaqua man accused of fatally stabbing his wife will be heading to trial in June. Tamaqua police charged 53-year-old Robert Bailey, who allegedly stabbed his wife Diane November 26th of 2017. According to authorities, Bailey pushed his wife down the stairs at their Lafayette Street home and repeatedly stabbed her. He then told police he felt good after killing her and would do it again. Bailey faces charges of first and third-degree murder, simple assault, recklessly endangering another person, among other charges. The judge scheduled the trial to begin June 17th. Bailey has been in prison since his arrest. A shooting is under investigation today in the borough of Cunningham. WILN's Gary Perna has been following the story all day and has more.
According to state police troopers, they were called to Main Street just after midnight for a report of a broken window that had just occurred. But when troopers arrived, they found that a shooting had occurred, and the smashed window was a result of gunshots.
And individuals who had rented the Cunningham CVCO, upon leaving, they were fired upon in the parking lot.
A bullet was recovered from the residence that was located at the rear of the Cunningham Brewery Company.
Right now, it is a current active investigation at this time. We are deeming it isolated. Nobody in the Cunningham area, there's no credible information that shows anybody around the CVCO or in the Cunningham area is in immediate threat. So it is just an isolated incident right now.
The CVCO gym building sits behind the brewery company and not far from the CVCO's baseball fields. Petrowski said there were no signs of any injuries, and troopers checked with local hospitals to see if anybody showed up with a gunshot wound. The investigation is being handled by the Troop N Criminal Investigation Unit and is currently an active and under investigation case. Anyone with any information is urged to contact Pennsylvania State Police Hazleton at 570-459-3890 or call 911.
We could keep any information anonymous. We're actively working on this investigation, but anybody who has any information would be a great help to us.
Again, this incident in Cunningham is still under investigation. In Cunningham, for WYLN News, I'm Gary Perna.
The chairman of the Mahoning Township Board of Supervisors was killed in a crash Monday night in Schuylkill County. State police at Schuylkill Haven identified the victim as 54-year-old Franklin Roosh of Lehighton. The crash happened after 7 o'clock while he was driving his vehicle westbound on Route 895. He collided with another vehicle driven by 46-year-old Gary Runahall of Pine Grove. Police say all traffic lights at the Molino intersection were not working because of the weather conditions and loss of power. The two vehicles entered the intersection at the same time. Rush died upon impact. Reinl was not injured in that Schuylkill County crash. A grand jury report says law enforcement and government regulators need new tools to effectively combat fraud within Pennsylvania's $33 billion Medicaid program. The report, made public Monday by the Attorney General's office, says community-based health service programs can be easily manipulated to facilitate fraud because they lack the supervision, training, and oversight that exist in traditional residential health care facilities. The Attorney General's office says its Medicaid Fraud Control Unit made 164 arrests last year, obtained 105 convictions, and recovered more than $22 million. Pennsylvania State Police releasing their first quarter drug confiscation report. From January 1st to March 31st, troopers seized over $14 million in illegal drugs. The drugs included 27 pounds of heroin, around 118 pounds of cocaine, and more than 14 pounds of fentanyl. The heroin and fentanyl have a combined street value of over $956,000. A former Hazleton City Councilman and Authority Board member is calling for a current Hazleton City Authority Board member to step down. John Keegan is calling for Dr. Dave Sozar to step down from his seat on the Authority Board. He says Sozar does not currently live in the city anymore. According to county records, Sozar recently acquired a home in Rice Township. Keegan said Sozar does not meet residency requirements of Pennsylvania's Municipal Authority Act, but Sozar said he has no intention of stepping down. He says he's in the process of securing a license from the township for a political consulting business. Sozar's term ends at the end of this year. He contends he meets the residency requirements because of the act, because he's working to secure the business license to operate that political consulting business. A Luzerne County councilman is defending a statement that he made at the last council meeting that was said to be racially offensive. As council was discussing poor road conditions and obtaining state funding to make repairs, Councilman Robert Schnee said that the funding is not equally distributed to the Philadelphia and Pittsburgh regions, and that Luzerne County is like the black child that has an uphill battle. Local civil rights leader Gerline Leroy said that she found his comments offensive. Schnee said that he wanted to draw a comparison between African Americans who face discrimination in their daily lives and Luzerne County, which faces discrimination when it comes to state funding. Leroy said that Schnee was basically saying that nobody wants to be the black child because that's how you're treated when you're black. Some other council members said that they thought Schnee had used the term black sheep during the April 9th work session. Coming up on WYLN News, a popular hiking trail is going to close. Plus, April is Autism Awareness Month, and our Julia Wiegand has the details. But first, let's take a look at our 7-day forecast. Cloudy skies and some of those showers lingering overnight, the low 37. Tomorrow, cloudy, some isolated showers, and looks like some more scattered showers in store for Thursday. We'll be right back.
One day I had a dull ache on my right side. They found a growth on my uterus. I thought it is probably cancer.
When I first met Catherine, the first thing I wanted to do was reassure her that she was going to receive excellent care. We had to address this cancer right away.
Trust the leading cancer care experts at Lehigh Valley Cancer Institute to give you hope and more, with access to more clinical trials and advanced treatment options.
I'm cancer-free thanks to Lehigh Valley Hospital.
Hi, I had a very minor fender bender tonight in an unreasonably narrow fast food drive-thru lane. Don't worry, I have everything handled. I already spoke to our Allstate agent, and I know that we have accident forgiveness, which is so smart on your guys' part. Like the fact that they'll
4 weeks without the car.
Okay, yep, good night.
With accident forgiveness, your rates won't go up just because of an accident. Switching to Allstate is worth it.
Visit your local Allstate agent, the McNeilis Agency in Hazleton at 1092 North Church Street, or in Hometown the Hometown Village Square.
You've seen university advertising. A student like me pitching you the same old ideas. But I'm not gonna do that.
Instead, I'm gonna tell you what you can do with a Penn State degree. You can help anyone. Go anywhere. Create! And with 20 campuses to choose from, you'll always feel at home.
Look, Penn State is amazing, but your best years are just beginning. Come find out for yourself.
A popular hiking trail in Carbon County will be closing down next month because of treacherous conditions. The Pennsylvania Game Commission has decided to close the Glen Anoco Falls Trail near Jim Thorpe May 1st. Heavy rains throughout the year have caused the trail to erode, making it more dangerous for visitors. Before making the decision, the commission consulted with first responders who are frequently called to the trail to rescue hikers that have fallen or got lost. Just one emergency call requires at least 30 responders to get injured people off the rocks and down the mountain. Many hikers of the trail are outraged. They have started an online petition to keep it opened. About 12 people have been killed in that area since the 1970s. Tonight, the Hazleton Area School Board wants to hear from you. At tonight's committee meetings, the board's consulting engineer will give a presentation on building projects the board is considering. The board wants to hear from parents, students, and taxpayers on the proposals that they have been wrestling with for the past few months. That meeting gets underway at 6 o'clock. The deadline is approaching for Pennsylvania voters who wish to submit an application for primary election absentee ballots. The absentee ballots can be cast by individuals with illnesses or disabilities and people who may be away from the area on Election Day. Others who can apply are deployed military members and out-of-state college students. To apply, voters must provide a driver's license or photo ID. Applications for absentee ballots must be received by the appropriate county election office by 5 p.m. Friday, May 17th. If you'd like more information, you can visit votespa.com or by calling 1-877-868-3772. April, Autism Awareness Month, and the Pennsylvania Human Services Secretary has highlighted resources and services to live an everyday life. WYLN's Julia Wiegand has more.
The month of April is nationally recognized as Autism Awareness and Acceptance Month. The Department of Human Services Secretary Teresa Miller celebrated Autism Awareness Month yesterday in Harrisburg by highlighting supports and services offered to individuals with disabilities and their families.
At DHS, we want all individuals to have autonomy, choice, and opportunities to lead everyday lives. All Pennsylvanians, regardless of their abilities, deserve to be treated with respect and dignity. Every day, we need to celebrate with individuals who are breaking barriers by becoming contributing members of our communities, excelling in employment, and promoting self-advocacy.
Miller was proud to say that Pennsylvania is leading the nation in the development of innovative models to support individuals living with autism spectrum disorder. The governor and his administration continue to focus on increasing opportunity for people with ASD and intellectual disabilities so they can live fulfilling, independent, everyday lives.
The waiting list initiative proposed in Governor Wolf's budget is aimed at addressing the needs of people currently not receiving services, transfers out of state centers or state hospitals, and addressing unanticipated emergencies experienced by people with intellectual disabilities and autism. DHS is responding to the increase in autism spectrum disorders prevalence by expanding access to services and working to address the need for professionals trained to assist individuals with autism and their families across the lifespan.
Services and programs for those with autism that are offered through their Office of Developmental Programs, like the Adult Community Autism Program, are helping people achieve independence and autonomy that we all deserve.
I'm getting help that's more efficient, it's more accurate and reliable. That's all I care about because I'm a citizen and I want to make sure people that are transitioning into adulthood that don't have the circumstances that I've had, that have luckily put me on a path where I'm at now. There are people that have no funding. There are people that have no resources that I had when I was growing up. And they need my help as collective advocacy.
More information on the Department of Human Services Autism or Intellectual Disability Services can be found online at their website. Reporting for WYLN News, I'm Julia Wiegand.
The world looked on yesterday as one of the most historical cathedrals was engulfed in flames. Flames shot out of the roof on Notre Dame Cathedral in Paris. The 12th century cathedral, home to priceless works of art and Catholic relics, including the crown of thorns, which was said to be worn by Jesus during his crucifixion. The cause of the fire is still not known, but the Paris Fire Brigade said that the fire was potentially linked to a $6.8 million renovation project on the church's spire and 250 tons of lead. An investigation has begun, and officials are treating the fire as an accident. After an inspection, the cathedral appeared to be structurally sound. Coming up on Sugar Notch's News Choice, Election Day is May 21st. Wyln will have opportunities for you to meet the candidates. We'll have those details coming up. Plus, it's Trooper Talk Tuesday, and today, the Move Over law is important for safety. Stay with us.
All Care Home Care, providing quality in home care since 1986. Call and see how their team of licensed physical therapists, skilled nurses, speech, and occupational therapists can provide you with exceptional service in the comfort of your own home. They also offer dietitian, home health aide, and medical social worker services. You have a choice in your health care. For safe, friendly, qualified care, call All Care Home Care today and let their team begin taking care of you and your loved ones.
It's spring, and savings are in the air during the spring sales event at All American Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Shop our large inventory and drive off with a great deal. Lease a new Jeep Compass Latitude 4x4 for $189 a month. And during Ram Truck Month, get select Ram 1500 4x4s for as low as $32,890. Or get 0% for 72 months on the Ram 1500. Savings are in the air during the spring sales event at All American Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram.
Have your event with Whitetail, graduation, birthday, bachelor, reunion parties? They have the most tranquil backyard experience with beautiful mountains in the background. If your company or business wants a different alternative to a golf outing, they have outings that can accommodate you. You can have the entire facility to yourself. They will work with you to set up your day of events. Sporting clay competitions, trap and wobble trap games, skeet. After a day of shooting, you'll return to a meal designed for you. Call Mike at 570-535-6123 for available group options.
Welcome to Trooper Talk Tuesday here on WYLN. I'm Gary Perna. I'm joined by Trooper Anthony Petrowski from Pennsylvania State Police Hazleton. And today we're talking about the steer clear law. Now that we're getting into spring, otherwise known here in Pennsylvania as construction season, you need to know that you have a right as a driver to steer clear of PennDOT workers, street crews, emergency crews, and police as well, not only during construction season, but if there's an accident or they have somebody pulled over. You have to get over and give them room. So again, if we're traveling on 81, 309, 4-lane highway, get in that passing lane, give them room, correct?
Correct, yeah. The actual section is called Duty of Driver in Emergency Response Area, but it's normally referred to as the steer clear law. And what it means is if you're driving on 81 and you see a Pennsylvania State Trooper has somebody pulled over and you're in the right lane, they're pulled over on the right side of the berm. This law requires you to move over to the left lane if it's clear and if it's possible to get into that left lane, slow down and allow room for us to properly do our job there. If you can't get into the left lane, slow down and move over within the lane that you're in. This gives us room to work with. Sometimes cars break down and they can't move farther off the road, so we're working really close to the road. And on a traffic stop, you never know what's going to happen. Sometimes it could be a physical altercation, which could move over towards the road. Again, sometimes people see our lights and they veer towards us. Please slow down and move over. You can be pulled over for not moving over going through an emergency response area.
And this also is a good thing for everyone to remember when we're going through a construction area. If PennDOT is out, street crews are out, they're doing work in the right lane, or maybe they're doing work in the left lane.
Sure.
For people to slow down, take their time going through there. Also, emergency situations, everybody wants to see. They get their phones out right away and they want to take video or pictures of it. That's not the time for it. You know, you need to pay attention to what's going on, because we may have to stop traffic too if something is going on, ambulance needs to leave or something would happen.
Absolutely, and there's a lot of times with a crash, we have to shut both lanes down on an interstate so we can allow the tow truck to properly remove the vehicle. So yes, you have to be aware. Don't be worried so much what's going on. Focus on driving your vehicle. There's people working on the side of the road there trying to clean this up to get the road open. Let them do their job. Again, a first offense for this is a $250 fine plus court cost. A third offense is $1,000 plus court cost. We take this very seriously because we're the ones out there, EMS, ambulance workers, firemen. You know, we're all out there trying to do a job, and we want to be safe while we're out there.
So big thing, pay attention with steer clear, especially now. I know it's getting nice out, so we're going to start seeing a lot of construction areas. We're also going to see more motorists out there, which means more troopers will be out on the road as well, and police officers doing their job with this. And also, just pay attention and slow down. If you're unsure what's going on ahead of you, slow down and take your time as you're getting up there. Trooper, also, we see this time of year, when we see some construction going on, we'll also see some increased state police presence, especially on the interstate with what goes on. So again, now that we're getting there, take your time and pay attention to the reduced speed limits and if there's lane changes and stuff like that.
Absolutely. Focus on the road.
All right. Pay attention when you're driving, simply put for everyone. So thanks for joining us here on Trooper Talk Tuesday. Remember, when you're out there, pay attention. You don't want one of those big fines levied against you in case something happens. Thanks for joining us, everyone. We'll see you next time here on WYLN.
You've seen university advertising. A student like me pitching you the same old ideas. But I'm not gonna do that.
Instead, I'm gonna tell you what you can do with a Penn State degree. You can help anyone. Go anywhere. Create! And with 20 campuses to choose from, you'll always feel at home.
Look, Penn State is amazing, but your best years are just beginning. Come find out for yourself.
It's okay that everybody ignores me when I drive. It's fine, because I get a safe driving bonus check every 6 months I'm accident-free. Because I don't use my cell phone when I'm driving, even though my family does and leaves me all alone. Here's something else. I don't share it with Mom. Right, Mom? I have a brand new putter you don't even know about. It's awesome.
Safe driving bonus checks only from Allstate. Switching to Allstate is worth it.
Visit your local Allstate agent, the McNeilis Agency in Hazleton at 1092 North Church Street, or in Hometown in the Hometown Village Square.
Do you like craft beer? Do you want to learn the right way to sample wine? How about visiting a restaurant that has a unique flavor? These are just some of the things we'll be featuring on our show. Wine, Hops, and Road Stops. Jeff Bonomo and his co-host, Alan Giannetti, welcome you into the world of craft beer, great wine, and good food. Wine, Hops, and Road Stops.
Freeland Community Choir has some Easter concerts coming up in the near future. The choir celebrating its 10th year in existence with 3 Easter concerts. The first coming up at 3 p.m. on April 28th at St. John's Reformed United Church of Christ in Freeland. The second, the same day, in Cunningham at the United Methodist Church at 7 p.m. And the third and final concert on May 5th at Faith United Church of Christ in Hazel Township.
Easter cantata and concert. We're featuring Pepper Choplin's, one of our favorite composers, and the cantata we're doing is called Body of Christ. We have a tremendous director in Jackie Wetzel, and we have an extremely talented accompanist in Janet Hartman.
Anybody and everybody is welcome to attend Freeland Community Choir's 3 Easter concerts coming up, and all the concerts are free, but the choir is asking for a free will offering to keep the choir going. WYLN TV will be hosting 2 debates, 1 council forum, and a special election report. First, WYLN TV hosting a Hazleton mayoral debate for the Democratic. That debate will be held on Tuesday, May 7th, live at 7 p.m. Candidates Grace Kuzo and Maria Giacchetti have agreed to debate. However, Bob Yevak will not be taking part in the debate. That's according to his campaign manager. Then on Thursday, May 9th, the Republicans will square off live at 7 p.m. Candidates Allison Barletta and current Mayor Jeff Cassatt will debate. May 14th, the Hazleton City Council candidates will join us for a council forum. The The forum will be live at 7 on the 14th and will feature all 6 Republican and Democratic candidates running for the 2 open seats. Then finally, May 16th, WYLN TV will air a special WYLN Reports with all the Hazleton area school board candidates. Once again, WYLN TV taking the lead in bringing you all the information you need for election so that you're informed when Election Day does come around, and that is May 21st. That's the news. Remember, you can get news updates on our WYLN News Facebook page. Now stay with us. A look at today's weather is next here on WYLN TV.
It's spring, and savings are in the air during the spring sales event at All American Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Shop our large inventory and drive off with a great deal. Lease a new Jeep Compass Latitude 4x4 for $189 a month. And during Ram